All right. All right, let's make sure to understand what's happening here. So yeah, we've been rejecting these PD arrays on NASDAQ. We made lower lows on the higher time frame. We are tapping into this gap here. There was some relative equal lows looking there. If you go to like the 15-minute. So yeah, those have been traded into now. Just gonna leave the drawing there. And on ES, um, we got this really deep sweep, and NASDAQ took that out. We looked yesterday long on the change in character, didn't deliver fully because wait, NASDAQ delivered lower, ES sweeps the lows, comes all the way up here on this change in character. I think the levels I was looking at are actually on here. So yeah, we take that out. We get the change in character here for the long. Yeah, I think I was right. It was just that there was a reason to get out, and I just uh, underestimated it. But on IWM, there was also a change in character here. Came up, another change in character, but it took out this high on the Dow. Should have that marked out on this chart actually. Russell took out this swing high. Oops. All right. So yeah, I think it's still going lower. It is bearish, and we've got now we've got a clear divergence here with YM, and now we're dipping lower. So I think we're going for this pool of liquidity here, at least on SPY, but on ES it's very clear too. These are relative equal lows now. And those would line up with the support resistance liquidity. It'll line up with underneath here. And it's got the same lows there on Qs. Come on, baby. Ah. So yeah, we've got nice pool of liquidity here. We got a nice one here. This could be a short on Russell probably now. But I don't actually like to do these types of shorts. Oh, looking at the wrong chart. Russell did come up into the order block there nicely. So if we return back up into that, let's see if there's a clear, the highest up close candle. Yeah. Yeah, I'd prefer a bit higher. We've got like a short-term relative equal high here. And a nice pool of liquidity below for at least a short down to there. Relative equal lows and highs. Yeah, so this is the highest. This is the 1 hour order block. So 15 minutes, maybe 4 hours. Yeah, 30 minutes, it's this one. So maybe that's all that there is to it. And we did soup that high here. So yeah, that might be it. That might have been the short at 8:30. Yeah, nice little wick here too. But we did manufacture that high, so maybe we'll get this order block here. Oh, look at that. YM came up right into this order block. Just got an alert. Or did I not? YM has relative equal lows now too on the higher time frame. That line up with the PD array perfectly. So getting short above that Asia high might make sense. This one. But that might be enough right here since technically we tapped that order block. Yeah, sometimes usually likes to sweep like all of the liquidity. So and with all the pools of liquidity going on here, this could take a while to play out. Especially since there's no news today. So most likely we'll take profits at the first logical area. Yeah, I think I like a Dow Jones short here.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Order working.
It's quite a big range. But yeah, maybe we'll get it today. That is 60 points. So 6 times 5, 30. So that's 60 bucks.
Order submitted.
Order working.
Maybe that'll give it to us at the open with a nice little sharp move up there. Took out the whole highs there. Yeah, on Dow Jones, it's already like ready to short. It could come higher. Yeah, it could come higher. Perfect. We'll see though. It's gonna be a little tricky just based on the fact that Nasdaq's already being really weak. And Nasdaq should be delivering lower to deliver that weakness. Same thing with uh, yeah, I'm just playing this Russell divergence. That's all I'm doing. Yeah, I'm liking the look on the Dow though. Okay. But yeah, so you really need to nuance what's happening here. So ES and Dow manipulated the highs with Nasdaq being really weak. I think the drawn liquidity is actually below here on Nasdaq because this is the next low. Look at how smooth those are. That's a CPI low. And yeah, these bounces aren't working every time we get the change in character. And we had one just barely, which is why this came up here. So that makes sense. But yeah, now we're heading back down. Uh, yeah, makes sense. Seems like it wants this low. So that would kind of line up with, this starting to reverse. And this is just like my first idea on NASDAQ. Maybe NASDAQ's gonna be really weak. I don't really have the higher time frame. Oh, there's that one down there. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're only on the hourly chart, so yeah, that could be. Oh, yeah, and it seems like we've inverted this displacement. This is the daily displacement. Yeah, interesting. Now it seems like a bearish PD array. Cool. Okay, so yeah, we've got to draw on liquidity on ES. We've got to draw on liquidity on Nasdaq. Nasdaq's being much lower. It might still use these immediate term lows for a bounce, but as we've seen, YM can really move without these other guys. So I'm still liking this idea here. I'm not going to get greedy with my entry here. Just going to make sure I'm in. Yeah, let's double check these guys. So yeah, there is something here on Dow Jones chart, so I'll have that alerted. We've got this low here, this PM low. Oops. How do I change the? There we go. So yeah, we got a relative equal low there into that. These are just about equal lows here. So it did take that out. Yeah, nice little order block balance price range look there. And there's an inefficiency lined up with that. So yeah, basically just below this low there's possible bounce. Russell's still rejecting that order block. Maybe that's the short. It's making relative equal highs there, so I think maybe we'll get a sweep up into the order block. But at the same time, it could still come up here, smooth highs. And we got 25 minutes to the open, so I'm not expecting this until the open, around the open. But yeah, so far we're still rejecting. Looks like we're still bearish to me. Yeah, Nasdaq swooped these highs, manufactured them, souped them, bounced, took out that high, reaccumulated, kind of rejecting the daily inefficiency like we saw. And then now we've got a pool of liquidity already created here. It's a yellow folder day, so it makes sense that they would keep manufacturing liquidity on these days. And then on the next red folder, the minutes tomorrow, maybe there's a change, which actually makes sense, and PMI the next day. So yeah, accumulation for the delivery. Don't know what this line is. Yeah, nice little liquidity level there. Why I'm manufacturing the high still. ES relative equal highs. Let's look at that. 830 and the yeah. Maybe we're gonna get a bounce here with Nasdaq sweeping. But yeah, that also might be an issue. I think Russell's gonna reject this. We have not tapped into any liquidity. All we've done is manufacture this big pool right here. It's been hitting higher, and then now we've been weak. with this relative strength, it really should have bounced here. So maybe it's going to sweep this with the Dow moving up there. I'll take a little contract there. I got extra risk, but I'll save some for once we hit into this pool later today, if we do. Yeah, looking at the flows, it's just not clear. There wasn't that much premium on SPY yesterday, but on Russell it was clearly bearish, very clear bearish flows. So I really like if we do get a move above here. I'm gonna actually sell two.
Order submitted.
Order working.
Put a limit order in right now. Yeah, Russell's in the gap. .4 times 5. Yeah, perfect. Alright. Wonder if I can add my thumbnail while I'm streaming. Don't know. Perfect. Perfect. You can do it live. Alright. I don't know why the thumbnails always cut off. Looks like Russell's gonna get that sweep there. I think you'd want to tap that order block.
Order
Order
submitted.
working.
Alright, I'm in a small size on Russell just to try it. But obviously the real trade is on YM. I think it's still there on Russell, but yeah. Because Russell still has, yeah, there's a few things that I don't like. Smooth highs, divergence. So, but I did manufacture that high, so that's what I do like. Hopefully the Dow gives it to me, man. What time is it? 5 minutes. 5 minutes until the open. So what we're watching for, if it's going to deliver here without me. Yeah, we're just watching these key levels. Doubt it'll do it that quickly, but it could. NASDAQ at least will, you know, dig down into their ES2. So yeah, there may be a long. Yeah, I would just look for the next sort of setup into there if it's going to give it. And yeah, technically everything was there for Dow already. I just thought that it would probably want to come up into here, but it doesn't have to. But yeah, could still manufactured high there. But yeah, there is no news, so like this could just take all day. This could come down here and then take this out at the end of the day and then give the short. So I'm just gonna have the alert there till that happens. YM did have a nice little shift here. So it's going to mark out this 1 hour fair value gap. Just in case. Because it could come in here and then rip back up and get that high. You never know. Ideally, it just takes it out, and then then I have to draw liquidity. But that would, that makes total sense for this fair value gap. And yeah, that might have been a long there on ES, since we're still holding that change in character here. And yeah, still holding the SMT there. So yeah, we got relative highs. So I think it would still stay below this high though. Doesn't honestly don't know. Don't want to risk too much today. That's the main priority. Today, not the best day to trade for me. Just a day to trade. A day. A regular day. Actually, worse. It's worse than a regular day. So yeah. Okay, market just opened. Here we go. Still didn't take that high on YM. But it did sort of manufacture it. So, and it's, yeah. If YM is down back into this fair value gap at the same time that Russell's down into here, then yeah, that would be still probably the play to sweep that, maybe. NASDAQ and ES now rejecting. Looks like the NASDAQ wants the lows now, finally. Yeah, there we go on NASDAQ. Let's see where it's going to go. There's Q's now too, the sweep. Might just keep it on these charts. because we've got SPY level there. Not much happening here on Russell yet. Dang. Didn't get filled on the YM. SPY sweeping now. Let's see if SPY is going to go for that higher time frame draw. Same thing with Qs. That's the SPY alert. Dow Jones still holding up. Keeps selling off, but it just hit that 1 hour fair value gap. Barely tagged it. NASDAQ really dumping now. Wow. There you go. Russell just stabbed that high out again. Just barely. NASDAQ. There we go. NASDAQ's running for those lows. Maybe NASDAQ will still manufacture that low though before taking it out to give these guys the moves. ES never took out the low, but SPY did. And that might be a long on ES. Lows are kind of bullish, at least on SPY. Let's see. Too early to really tell though. Tide is bearish. Alright, here comes the Dow now. Maybe we're gonna get that entry.
Order
working.
There it is. Alright, now let's see if we can get the move. That was really loud. Now we're just seeing if Qs is really gonna move, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna take it off below this low on YM because of what's on the Dow. Yeah, now we're getting a nice big bounce there. Maybe ES is gonna come soup those highs for the next short on NASDAQ. So I'm gonna set an alert on Russell. That's about it. Set an alert here on NASDAQ. I think NASDAQ, this is at least the draw right now for soon. Before we could look for a bullish reversal. Yeah, we could still meander though. No news today, so it could just still be accumulating. Alright, 10 minutes past the open. I'd really hope for things to start delivering in the next few minutes, like kind of put in that top if it's going to be there, and then start the move. But we barely took the high, so I'm thinking we may still get a little bit of a deeper sweep, especially with this long situation possibly playing out. Russell may come and stop me out too for that small trade, which I'm totally okay with that. Alright, there we go. Deeper sweep there on YM now. That should be everything we need now. Hopefully that's it. Hopefully it starts to reverse here soon. Uh-oh, it doesn't look good. Alright, looks like probably gonna get taken out. Now we're manufacturing highs there too, so if we do reverse, we do gotta get out at that first draw. He has got the sweep though, so hopefully it sticks. pretty close. I, uh, Dang, just gonna have to take a loss here. There's a 4 hour fair value gap above, so big reversal in the SPY put premium. Wow, it's crazy. On the DIA, did take out the high. It's pretty gnarly. Hmm, weird. Nice market structure shift on the 1 minute on the Dow, but yeah. Nasdaq going back down again. That's gnarly if it's not gonna take me out. It's like, wow, where was it going? Literally 2 points away, 3 points. Well, that's about when exactly I'd want it to reverse, so the time kind of lined up there, but did not expect it to come that deep. I would have thought this high would have been it, but there were little smooth highs all the way up into that. So, yeah, had some momentum, or whatever you call it. NASDAQ has manufactured those lows now, though. A nice bounce. We got the S&T on ES, just like I said might happen. But nothing here happening yet. I really want to see some sort of 5-minute candle. Give me some confidence again. So far, the only thing is just I haven't been stopped out yet. If we could completely invert the 1-minute displacement, that would be nice. But so far, we're actually kind of holding up there. Yeah, there we go. Now we're coming back up again. Dang, thought I got lucky here. And it ain't over till it's over, though. So how did the Russell work? Yeah, we did have the Dow Jones really make S&T to really give that first move. So I wouldn't be surprised if Russell plays out and I need to get out early on this if it's gonna be like that. Yeah. The sweep here on Dow may actually be the short for Russell, for real. But, no, I could, yeah, this high here. It's gonna take this high out and this high out. So yeah, using this. But, yeah, obvious play was on NASDAQ. I don't like that it's not really doing anything. Yeah, that is not looking good. Yeah. Goodness, dude. You could say it's distributing above this high, but I'm not hopeful anymore. I'm just waiting for it to stop me out. Just setting my expectations to not get annoyed. Displaced through it, and now we're holding it. So it's just kind of a confirmation bias to just be like, oh, whatever's happening here is not what you want. I just wanted a nice wick and then start to reject really quick. On the 1 minute, these are respecting this inefficiency, so there's that. These candle bodies are kind of closing below. Let's look back on the higher time frames just to see oops, see what's happening. Yeah, 4 hour, about to have a gigantic displacement on the Dow. Yeah. So we'll see the next 4 hours. If it's not going to stop me out, I would expect the next 4 hour candle to come back up into here still to rebalance the wick since it refuses to do anything besides look bullish. So oh man. Yeah, just gonna wait for this to work out though. Stop me out or Maybe I'll be able to exit some with what happens on Russell and the Dow. We'll see. But yeah, I need to take a little break here. Just let this keep going.
Order cancelled.
Order cancelled.
Order cancelled.
Order stop filled.
Alright, finally stopped me out. Okay. So, yeah, maybe this is going for the next high. Maybe this is a long. Well, yeah, not maybe. Um, yeah. Looks like Russell did want to actually end up playing out the long. And now we got smooth highs on everything, so that's probably it for me today. Maybe something later, but yeah, I'll be busy. Yeah, that was the short idea. It just looks like we're actually gonna use this as the real reversal here, so can't win them all. Can't my loss is really small, though I got a terrible feel on my options. I tried some options. Terrible fill, but all is well. Today's a lower probability day, so keeping it to 200 is pretty good. 1 hour. I still think NASDAQ would want those lows, so I almost think that there still might be a short, maybe into 1030 or something. But I need that because I was wrong about that. I feel like I need to reevaluate what's happening on